My name's Parisa, and I am a college student at Cabrillo. I'm 20 years old, and I've been coming to Twin Lakes Church pretty much my whole life, off and on. And this is just my story about how God's grace completely changed my life. I moved out of my house 4 days before Christmas last December, and that entire year of 2014 was such a hard, anger-filled time in my life. I had a falling out with my family, and I came to church and I was so frustrated, and I was so filled with just hurt and anger, and I was distraught. But I got in my car and I came to church, and I don't even know why I came to church. I hadn't come in almost a year, but I was sitting there, and the whole sermon, I had my fist clenched. I was so full of anger. I was so frustrated with what was happening with me and my mom. And the sermon was ending, and Pastor Mark had talked about, just letting God in and realizing that He's the one who has to be in control, and that human effort isn't going to make those changes in your life. God is. And I stood up to sing at the end of the service, and I was just pushed back into the pew, physically pushed back into my seat by God. And I bowed my head and I started crying, and really crying. I was just completely overwhelmed with emotion. And in that moment, I just let God take over my heart, my whole body. And I stood up and I walked over to my mom. Jesus just took over me in that moment and took over my heart and forgave my mom. And I hugged her, and we cried for about 10 minutes, and we just hugged and we didn't let go. I was just forgiving her just by hugging her and holding her, because I hadn't hugged her in a year. Through His love and grace, my relationship with my mom has changed, and I have a beautiful relationship with God now too. And just to know that He saved such a broken relationship and made it completely new, and with no scars, no rips or tears or anything left in it. It's the most amazing and beautiful feeling going through life, having your family back, but also having an amazing relationship with God, and knowing that you don't have to make those hard decisions and do everything on your own. You have Him to help you. And it saved my relationship with my mom completely, and I'm so eternally grateful for that. And I love you, Mom, and I love Jesus.